Hello students, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department and welcome to all of you in our today's video lecture series. So in a previous video lecture we have already seen about how to adding Wins role with file server and how to add print services using Wins role. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about once again add roles and features about this network planning and implementation. So let's start. Adding web server IIS administration. So what is IIS? So IIS is nothing but it stands for Internet Information Services. So how to install web server IIS administration in our server? So first of all, to install IIS 8, it means Internet Information Service on Windows Server 2012, use the following step. So if you want to install IIS 8 Internet Information Service on your Windows server, then you have to follow this following step. So first of all, you open the server manager. So whenever you open server manager, you have to show this type of pop-up box on your Windows screen. Next, click on add roles and features from the dashboard. So whenever you open the server manager, then you have to show this type of dialog box on your screen, and then you have to click on add roles and feature from the dashboard. Okay, next, click next on the add roles and features wizard welcome page. So the step number 3 is said that you click on, before you begin, select add and role features wizard from the welcome page and then click on next button. Next, make sure role based or feature based installation option is selected. So if role based or feature based installation option is not selected, then you have to select this first option from the installation type, role based and feature based installation. So here the left hand side show the all before you begin installation type server selection. So you have to select installation type and select this radio button as first option, role based and feature based installation, then click on next button. Next, select the destination server where this new role would be installed. So here one is the destination server where this new role would be installed, server selection. So here one is our nothing but the server pool, and this one is only one server make as by default from the server selection. So here one is our server pool dialog box, and here one only one server and it is selected by default. So you have to select here one, select a server from the server pool as a by default server and then click on next button. Then now a list will be displayed in front of you from which you must select the web server IIS. So here one is you have to select the server roles from the list display in front of you, and you must select the web server IIS. So here the select server IIS and then click on next button. Now you must select the features that you want to install on the selected server, for example .NET Framework 4.5 or 3.5. So here you want to select any features for a selected server, for example given here the .NET Framework 3.5 as well as 4.5, as you want, depends on you. Okay, then click on next button. Now click the install on confirmation window. So whenever you click on the install button, your process will be started for the installation process. So confirmation, and whenever you click on the confirmation, this type of pop-up box show on your desktop screen, add roles and features wizard. If a restart is required, this server restart automatically without additional notifications. Do you want to follow automatic restart? Then you have to select yes, and your installation process will be started. So now here, when the IIS installation completes, the wizard reflects the installation status, and then click close to exit the wizard. So this is the following steps for the installation IIS Windows Server Administration. Next, step number 11 is say that here one is on the left hand side of the Server Manager dashboard. You will find IIS and then click on that. Okay, so whenever the IIS installed successfully, then on right hand side scroll down and you will find IIS service in running state with name IIS admin service. So here one is the all services provided by IIS admin pro panel. So this is our IIS service in running state with name IIS admin services, and go to tool option and click on IIS manager. So here one is the flag, consider as a click on this left hand side corner flag, and internet information services IIS manager, click. Then on the left hand side under start page, expand your server name, expand sites. Here you will find default website and then click on default website. Okay, so do you want to get started with Microsoft Web Platform to stay connected with latest web form components? And then you have to click yes. On right hand side under action pane in browse website section, click on browse .at http, and this will open browser default web page. Okay, and see here, this is your browser default web page using installation process about IIS 8. Okay, so this concept is a very most IMP concept for the G2 exam. So how this question asked in G2 exam? So in a G2 exam, this question asked is write down the step to installation process about IIS Windows Server. So whenever this type of question asked in G2 exam, then you have to give on this type of following step with its figure. Okay, so dear all students, I hope you all easily understand about how to install IIS Windows Server Administration on your system. Okay, thank you. Hello students, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department, and welcome to all of you dear all students in today's video lecture series. So let's start unit number 3, network planning and implementation. Dear all students, we have already seen about the configuration between client and server and how to create a Windows Server bootable disk. But now in this lecture we are going to discuss about adding WINS role. So we have already seen about a WINS role. What is WINS? WINS is nothing but stands for a Windows Internet Name Service. So let's start adding WINS roles. So what is WINS role and how to add from our system to server? So here the adding WINS roles contain as a first of all launch server manager from a Windows 2012 server with a full GUI. So first of all, whenever adding a WINS role from our computer to system, then you have to first of all launch server manager from Windows 2012 server with full GUI. It means graphical user interface. Then select the dashboard section and click the add roles and features link, and then click next on the before you begin page. Leave the default section role based or feature based installation and then click next. Select the server from the server pool to add the DNS role and click next. Click next to skip the roles section. Then select the WINS server features checkbox. Click add features button and then click next. click install on the confirmation page to install the Wins features, and then click close to exit the add roles and features wizard. So these following steps about adding Wins role from our computer to system. So once again revise this all step for the adding Wins role. Launch first of all server manager from the Windows 2012 server with full GUI. Then select the dashboard section and click the add roles and features link. Then click next on the before you begin page. Then leave the default section role based on feature based installation and then click press on the next button. Then select the server from the server pool to add the DNS role and click next. Then click next to skip the role selection. Then select the Wins server features from the checkbox and click add features button and then click press on the next button. Then click install on the confirmation page to install the Wins features and click close to exit the add roles and feature wizard. Next, adding file server roles. So how to add file server role from our computer to system? So first of all, to install file server, then go to dashboard on server manager and then click manage and then click rules and features. So here dear all students, you saw this type of pop-up box on your desktop screen. Then you have to click press on manage button, then click on add roles and features. Whenever you click on roles and add features, then you have to show this type of pop-up box on your Windows screen. So before you log in for the adding file server, then here one is before you begin this type of add roles and features wizard, then click on next button. The second step for the adding file server role is, now you will be prompted for installation type from which you must select the first option and then click on next button. So here one is select installation type and then click on role based or feature based installation. So here one is the radio button given there. So you have to select first role based or feature based installation. You can't access remote desktop service here because this is for file. So you have to select role based or feature based installation. So second step for the adding files, you will be prompted for the installation type from which you must select the first option. So first option is role based or feature based installation and then click on next button. The third step, choose the server you want to install file server from the server pool, and here we have one server and select by default. So here one is step for the select destination server for the add roles and feature wizard. So here the left hand side given a server selection and right hand side given as our server pool. So here you want to install file server from the server pool and here one is only one server and that is default server. So you have to select that this is default server from the server pool and click on next button. Then next, step number 4, find the file and storage device and then expand it, and then files and ISCSI services will open and again expand it to find the file server resource manager. So whenever you click on server roles, then you have to find from this all list and find file and storage services and then click on expand, and the file services is also considered as ISCSI services. So you have to click file server resources manager and then click on next button. Next step, as you select the file server resources manager, a new window will be opened that will ask the permission to add features and then click on add features to grant it the permission. So here one is you have to select the file server resource manager, a new window will be opened that will ask permission to add features and then click on add features to grant it the permission. Okay, so this type of pop-up box show for the given permission as add roles and features wizard. So add features that are required for file server resource manager, then you have to give this type of permission. You can't install the file server resources manager unless the following role services and features are also installed. So here one file and storage services, file and ISCSI services, file server, remote server administration tools, and file services tools, and these all file server resource manager tools already added, it means already installed. So here one you have to click on the checkbox include management tools if applicable, and then click on add features button for the grant it permission. Okay, next, number 6 step says the list of features will be available for the selection, and you can select any features if you want to install and then click on next, or simply click on next without selecting any features. So here one is you have to select the features and you have to give these types of features, and then you can select any features if you want to install and then click on the next button. So here one is depends on you. You can select any features as you want for the installation process and then click on next button. Otherwise simply click on next without selecting any feature. Okay, so depends on you. If you want to select any features, then click on any features button, and if you can't select any features, then you can also click on next without selecting any features. Okay, then next, step number 7 says confirmation page will be open, where you can give permission to the server and restart if required, or you can click on install without giving permission to restart. So you have to click whenever confirmation page, and here one is install without giving permission to restart. So confirmation page will be open where you can give permission to the server to restart if it required, or you can click on install without giving permission to restart. Okay, so whenever you click on install, your installation process will be start. Next, now your installation will be begun. It means your installation process will be start and show this type of pop-up box on your desktop screen. So here one is features installation will be started here, and whenever this process is closed, then you have to click close button. Next, see that your installation is successfully completed, and you can get this confirmation by clicking on the flag give on the upper right hand corner. So whenever your installation process will be completed and it is successfully completed, you can get this confirmation by clicking on the flag given on upper right hand corner. So here one is whenever your feature installation is completed, then you can show here this type of flag on the right hand side screen, and then here one this flag is given on upper right hand corner. Okay, so it means that our adding features roles file is completely successful installed. Okay, next, adding print server role. So how to adding print server role? The following this step for the adding print server role. So in a server manager, click on the manage button. So first of all you have to open server manager, and then in the server manager click on the manage button to open the add roles and features and to add the new features. So whenever you want to add print service role, then you have to follow these following steps. First of all you have to open server manager, then click on manage button to open the add roles and features, and then you have to click this add roles and features. Then this type of pop-up box show on your desktop screen. So now a new window will be opened in which of new instruction are given, and then click on next button. So here one is before you begin this type of pop-up box show and click on the next button. Next, now it will ask for the installation type from which you must select the first option and then click on next button. So whenever the installation type you have to select same like process જે રીતે આપણે એડ રોલ ફાઇલ્સને એડ કર્યા છે, સેમ લાઇક પ્રોસેસ ફોર ધીસ પ્રિન્ટ સર્વર સર્વિસીસ એડિંગ. સો યુ હેવ ટુ સિલેક્ટ ફર્સ્ટ ઓપ્શન રોલ બેઝડ ઓર ફીચર બેઝડ ઇન્સ્ટોલેશન, and then click on next button. Next, Here one, now you must select the server from the server pool, and since I have only one server in this server pool and my server is selected by default, so here one the server can be selected by default. So you can't select any server from this server pool, because here one is a default selected by this server pool. So you have to click only next button. Okay. Then next, now a list of role will appear in front of you. From this list you must select the print and document services. So here one is, this is the most important step for the adding print services roles. So whenever you select server roles, then you have to select print and document service. Then next, as you select the print and document services, a new window will be opened that will ask permissions to add features, and click on add features to grant it the permission. Okay, so this concept is a very commonly concept like our adding Wins role files, and this is the same concept for the adding print services files. So whenever you select this type of features for the service roles, then you have to click next button and you get this type of pop-up box. For the select print and document services, a new window will be opened and that will ask permission to add features, and then click on add features to grant it the permission. Okay. Next, now a list of features will be available for selection. You can select any features you want to install and then click on next, or simply click on next without selecting any features, same like as our adding role wins file. So here one depends on you. You can select any feature you want to install, otherwise you can't, otherwise you will not interested for the selecting any features, then you click on next without selecting any features. Okay. Next, now some information will be shown to you about these services. Here also you must click on the next button. So whenever you select print and document services, then you have to show this type of pop-up box on your desktop screen. So select on the print and document services and click on the next button. Okay. Now select the role services page which will open in a now select role services page which will be open, and you must select the first option, i.e. print server, and then click on next button. Now a confirmation page will be opened where you can give permission to the server to restart if required, or you can click on install without giving permission to restart. So now confirmation page will be open where you give permission to server to restart if required, or you can click on next, otherwise install button without giving permission to restart. Now your installation will be begin. So here the result for the installation process, feature installation for the document services. So now if this process will be completed, then it's successfully installed. Okay. So if you had provided this type of permission to restart, then your server will be flushed restart, and then in the server manager you will see that your installation is successfully completed, and then you get this confirmation by clicking on the flag and given on the upper right hand corner. So dear all students, I hope you all easily understand for the step about adding Wins roles file services and adding print server file services. So in this lecture we have already seen about first topic is adding Wins role file services, and second topic is adding print server file services. Okay. So dear all students, these two question is very most IMP question for the GTU exam, and this all question again and again asked in GTU exam having 3 marks, either 4 marks. So dear all students, you have to learn with concentrately. And this question is only here one is a theory based question, but whenever our practical sessions start, then I will perform this all practical as practically perform. Okay. So I hope you all easily understand. Okay. Thank you.